Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where are my socks? Honey, where...
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like... Fucker! You fucker! Fucker! Oh!
Huh? What the f...
Hello again, this is Bionic Slime. I'm your online voice for reviews of your choice. I'm back again with another installment of my BS reviews, and this time I'll be reviewing the anime series Excel Saga. Excel Saga is a very special anime series because it's one of the few anime series that can honestly say it's got a lot of work ahead for it, because it's 26 episodes long, and it's a 26 episode long consecutive parody series. That's right. 26 episodes straight of mocking. It's all parody and joke. It's one of the funniest anime series ever created. I think it is the funniest anime series ever created, actually. And I just have to take a minute out and just acknowledge the utter amazement that these guys, these creators, were able to come up with so much humor and so much insanity for an anime series so long. And they acknowledge it several times on the show that they have no plot, and that they're amazed they're able to keep it going this far. But I just felt like I had to say it because this is a very unique series, and it required acknowledgement of some kick-ass props to the creators for this awesome job on this series. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's Excel Saga, so it's okay. Excel Saga is brought to you by ADV Films. It was written in the original manga by Koshi Rikdo and directed by Shinichi Watanabe, both who, I must say, appear in the anime in hilariously cartoon exaggerated forms. It stars the vocal talent of Hilary Hagg as Menchie the dog, Jason Douglas as Lord El Palazzo, Jessica Calvello and Larissa Walcott, both as Excel. I'll explain that later. Monica Rial as Hyatt, Brett Weaver as Nabashin, Jay Hickman as Watanabe, and Rob Mungle as Pedro. Plot of Excel Saga. Excel Saga, as I said, is a balls off the wall, insane, crack-inducing parody anime. It's almost entirely, basically, just humor. It follows the misadventures of an insanely crazy girl named Excel. Yes, her first name's the exact same as her last name. She works for the ideological organization known as which consists of only two members, her and her master, Lord El Palazzo, who has a nasty habit of shooting her with large weapons and dropping her into trapdoors with a drop of a little rope that he pulls constantly. They are later joined by a weird anemic girl who constantly has a habit of puking up blood and dying, named Hyatt. And basically it is their job to take over the world, but the Palazzo says we should take this one city at a time, so they decide to start on one city, the city they're in, known as City F. And as they go about trying to take over the world, we encounter various other characters who had their own little journeys throughout the show, interacting with Excel and Hyatt, such as the universal bitch, Pedro, the immigrant worker, the Three Stooges, as I like to call them, Watanabe, Iwata, and Somiyoshi. He actually doesn't say anything. He speaks entirely through subtitles. The mysterious mustache do-gooder, Mr. Kabapu, Menchie, Excel's pet dog, who she constantly uses as an emergency food supply in case she gets so starved that she has to eat her. Don't know why. And Nabashin, the mysterious guy with an afro and a red suit who mysteriously appears, says something random that has something to do with the series or nothing to do with it at all, and disappears. Review of the plot. Excel Saga is, as I said, an absolutely ridiculous anime series, and already I have to say I give them such, again, mad props for their ingenious approach with this series. The beauty of Excel Saga is, at the beginning of every episode, the creator, Koshi Rikdo, original author I should say, stamps on the show and says, I, Koshi Rikdo, here give my permission to turn the Excel Saga anime series into insert whatever genre. And every episode it changes. One time it's a school romance, other times it's a B action movie, other times it's a science fiction flick, a horror movie, a detective anime, a youth drama, a sport drama. It goes on and on. Every episode he changes into something different. And they make it work with the plot, no matter how ridiculous it seems, and they make it funny as hell. It's constantly changing, and the one thing that the series constantly floods you with is parodies. They insult everything from American shows, American movies, other animes, your mother, my mother, Bob over there, Uncle Bob, everyone and their mothers. Every show, every movie you can think of, they insult them, they mock them, they parody it, and they do it hilariously. The writing here is so superbly clever that you cannot help but laugh again and again and again at the ridiculous amount of humor the show is. It's so hard to actually describe the show because of the ridiculous amount of insanity that constantly spews out of its mouth. Review the characters. As I listed before, this is kind of a variety show. There's so many characters who are in this show that it's impossible to really name them all because they have so much working on. You got, like I said, Mr. Kabapu, this weird guy with a huge yellow hairstyle and a mustache that on occasion falls off and rotates, and then he puts it back on and says, "You didn't see that." Like you got the three guys, Watanabe, Iwata, and Sumiyoshi, who you follow them and their little pitiful life and how they're trying desperately to get screen time. You got Pedro, who, like I said, is the universe's bitch. And every time you see him, it gets funnier because he talks in the third person and just things just get worse and worse and worse for him. And Pedro keeps crying tears of waterfalls, and it's hysterical. You got the Great Will of Macrocosm. It's a spinning wheel with women's arms who has the ability to restart the anime series if the main character dies, which she does on several occasions, I might add. There's just too many characters to list, and it's so freaking funny because they find a way to make it all work. Every character has his or her own unique personality gag, and they make it work with everyone. And it doesn't matter how many doses you get in them, small, large, or just average, they all seem to work really well together. My personal favorite in terms of the funnier, one of the weirder characters has to be the guy who creates these two robot girls named Robin Matsu, Professor Oji or something like that. I don't know his name offhand. Dr. Kozo Shioji, there you go. And I'm not going to say too much, but let's just put it this way. He's by far the only instance you will ever see of a funny anime pervert. Once you see him, he's this purple-haired doctor. And it's just great because he's surrounded by these little kids, and they make it seem so dirty, but yet nothing to state or imply that he's doing anything dirty. It's so funny. You have to see it for yourself. Animation, reviewing the animation and music. Oh my god. The music is ridiculous. The opening theme song is very ridiculous. It makes no sense at all. The animation is also very hard to judge only because it's constantly changing. They acknowledge the fact that the animation style will change and it will intentionally get silly. They'll even resort to white stick figure characters at some point in the animation. Just put random things in that make no sense. Or they'll change to make it look shinier and happier for an episode where the anime is only supposed to have girls, so that's all to be inclusive. Like cute animals and a shinier shade of shimmering on their cheeks and shit like that. It's such a weird series. The funniest thing for the music has to be the ending theme, where it's Menchie the dog actually singing to a microphone in dog language how she doesn't want to be eaten by Excel, and then you get this little Japanese woman inside translated it in Japanese, going to and it just gets funnier and funnier. This show definitely has so much going for it. It's a wild card every episode, and it just gets better and better. It's so hard to describe, though. And now that brings us into flaws about the show. As much as I love the show, and I absolutely do, there are not a lot, there's a couple, but there are a few flaws with this show. At times, the Excel Saga main character Excel, her voice can get really fast, and sometimes it's really funny when she does that. Other times it gets really annoying and difficult. Well, not really annoying, but just difficult to understand. And so much to the point that the main voice actress, Jessica Calvel, actually lost her voice by doing the character. That's why I said she has two voice actresses. So halfway through the series, they actually had to replace her with a girl named Larissa Walcott. She actually replaced her on the 14th episode. 14th episode, and she does it for the remainder of the series. And it's just weird because it doesn't sound the same. And I know it's out of their control and that, but it was weird. And also at times they actually have two recap episodes. And while they make it funny, it wasn't really necessary to put two recap episodes in the series. But those are not too big of problems. As I said, there's so much more going for this show than going against it. Final wrap up, Excel Saga is an absolute masterpiece of an anime series in terms of comedy. There is no animated series quite like it, and I don't think there ever will be. The variety of insane, retarded, and intelligent humor that spews from the characters. It touches all kinds of ethnic groups. People of all kinds, ages, and genres will love the fan references, the jokes, and the pokes and funs that they're nudging at. Make fun of Americans, Japanese people, anime. They make fun of everything. It's an awesome show. The fast talking can get annoying, but it's easily get passable. You got an excellent job from all these voice actors. This is a brilliant show with brilliant writing, and there's no series that is quite as like it or will be as funny as like it. I give Excel Saga an eager and ridiculously high 5 stars out of 5 stars review. That's all for now. This has been Bionic Slime for BS Reviews. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.